Hey, I'm Sil, you know the deal. I'm gonna honor the drop and then we'll move on. Alright, let's go. Hades, episode 2. You know the deal by now. You can just get into it.
How's it going?
Hey, pal.
Pretty good, how about you? Well, let's see what he has to say.
Hey, Skelly, you look like you know your way around Tartarus. Found some of this ancient Titan blood out there, and I was looking to score some more.
Ah, you come to the right place regarding that there, pal. It's your mean weapons back there that can find this stuff. Once you get all the way through Tartarus with one, that's all the blood you're gonna get. For the time being, anyhow.
How am I supposed to keep track of which weapons I've earned these with, then?
I don't know, there's always the invention of writing stuff down. You'll figure something out.
So I just realized we heard that at the end of the last episode. But that's okay. Speaking of which, before we continue, I want to change the volumes a little bit. I'd like the music volume and the voice volume to stay as high as they are, but the sound effects volume to be a bit lower. Just so it's easier for me to deal... Oh, maybe I should stop listening to this. Just so I can more easily edit stuff afterwards and it not be, a clusterfuck of noises. But anyway. So... and we have to spend the keys again. So we'll do that with the
Open up.
spear.
Varatha, the eternal spear. Join my pursuit.
And
Couldn't hit me with that, pal.
yeah, before we start the new run, I'll demonstrate how the spear works real quick. We still don't have any other keepsakes, so stay with that. All right, let's see how it works. So left click, just basic stabs. Holding left click charges a spin attack, so very good for area damage, but it takes a while to charge. So Q, I don't remember if this is the original button for this, but because I have things remapped on my mouse, it's possible that I change this around. But either way, the special is skewer and recall. So essentially, this is also a long-range weapon, though as you can see, it doesn't deal a lot of damage, at least for now. And dashing left click while dashing. Well,
Almost felt that.
a dash strike. That's pretty much all there is to it. So I think we are ready to go. Oh, and by the way, last time we unlocked the double dash, or greater reflex, as it's called in the game, which means now that I have this double dash that I'm used to, that I've been playing with for so long, I'm probably going to survive longer in the run. So better survivability the further we get. Let's go.
Again. That looks like a Daedalus hammer.
Daedalus hammer. So
That's for my weapon.
a few times per run, usually it's twice, you're going to get access to a hammer like this. And these upgrades are specific to the weapon that you're using. They're really good. Well, some of them are really good. And you might think to yourself, if you have if you have a choice between multiple rooms and one of the room rewards is a Daedalus hammer, you might think to yourself, oh my gosh, I need to get this right away, otherwise I miss it. Well, no. The game makes sure you get 2 of those per run. The first one you're going to be able to get, as early as Tartarus, and the second one as early as, well, you don't know the name of the biome yet, but the one after Asphodel, which is where we died last time. And if you skip it, if you skip a room choice with it, the game is just going to keep offering it to you over and over again. So you can prioritize, what upgrades or room rewards you want. Let's see what the options are for the spear. By the way, these are not the only options. I think for each weapon there's like 12, 13, something like that, different options. And each time it just offers us 3 random ones. So let's see what the options are. Triple jab. Your attack strikes 3 times in a spread pattern, kind of like a pitchfork. Extending jab. Your attack has more range and deals plus 40% damage to distant foes. This seems like fun. And chain skewer. Your special hits up to 7 foes, dealing plus 30% base damage for each. So all of these I think are pretty interesting. I think because I'm gonna want to play around with the ranged attack or the special. Let's go with that. I think it'll be fun to look at. And we're going to be looking for an upgrade. Oh,
Thank you.
sorry, I shouldn't have spoken over him. I'm going to be trying to look for upgrades for the special that add a unique effect to it. So something that's worth bouncing around a lot of enemies. But let's see how it works. As you can see, with one throw, it went through all those skulls, which is very nice. Oh, I forgot to look at that event there, but that's okay. So yeah, you don't get, unless you actually focus down an enemy with the attack,
Nothing.
with the upgrade that we got for ranged, sometimes you end up for over a second without a weapon in your hand. So gotta be careful with that
Nice.
when we throw it. Alright, let's see, Athena. I think for now, even though I got that Daedalus upgrade, it's still better to focus down, you know, bigger enemies like this, rather than throw the spear at them. Here it might be worth throwing. Yeah. It's also worth mentioning that the spear doesn't do the bounce thing in the return.
You brandished the eternal spear we call Varatha. So then it wasn't lost during the war. A magnificent weapon in deserving hands.
Ooh, we get a high quality boon. Oh, you know what? Now I realize why we get, you know, Athena so early and with such high quality. Because we have the keepsake. So, you know, it's tempted to take Divine Flourish. Because, of course, we keep using the special. But it's not going to add any effect unless we get the backstab boon on top of this. And even then, it's not going to be a worthwhile effect to spread around with the special, because we're not going to be backstabbing a lot enemies a lot with this weapon. So I think just go with Divine Strike and try to use it defensively, especially in, you know, high, like in rooms with a lot of bullets, because we can just spam it like that and just deflect things in front of us. Let's go for more darkness.
I'll destroy you.
Oh, didn't even notice them there. And also, now that we have the attack boon, it deals more damage, which is nice for single targets. And I suppose if we do get the exposed boon for the attack, when I attack big enemies like this, I could go for their for the backstab.
A centaur heart.
So, the reason we got like a chill, you know, room like this with not only no enemies but also a fountain that could heal us
Who makes door locks connected to a fountain?
is particularly because last time near the end of the episode we bought an upgrade with gemstones that creates rooms like these.
A place of calm and respite, whilst perhaps unimaginable in the underworld, occasionally is to be found, in fact.
And not a moment too soon.
No money, so not gonna go to the shop. And I do want large amounts of darkness, which is what we're gonna get here because this is a difficult room, noted by the skull. Ooh, perfect for the spear. That was supposed to be a difficult room? Well, I guess the spear is just extra fitted for this. So if we go for a pomegranate, the only thing we're going to upgrade is the Divine Strike. And since it's not going to be my main damage, or is it? I guess I am going to use it, you know, more often against bosses. So yeah, it's worth upgrading.
Where to? Brimstones. Just in time. Gods grant me strength.
So yeah, now with the pomegranate, instead of plus 78 damage, it deals 94 damage. 94% extra damage, sorry.
Let's see what's in here.
Not interested in anything here. Although let's read real quick what they do, because I'm used to them and I know what they do, but you might not. So we know this one already. We know this one already. The only one that's new to this playthrough is Eris Bangle. I hope I read that right. Passive. You deal plus 50% damage striking undamaged foes for 6 encounters. I'm not interested in that. By the way, let me just make sure that I did actually change, you know. Yeah, I guess it should be good.
Oh no.
We have an intruder.
Alright, survive for 45 seconds. So yeah, that's what these enemies do. The brimstones, they just fire homing lasers at you. And as long as you keep moving, you should be fine. So enemies are just going to keep spawning in this room until the timer runs out. Which means two things. First of all, weapons that give you high capacity for, you know, cleaving damage, meaning going around as many enemies as possible, is going to be good. But also, the more enemies you do manage to kill in the room, the more money you get.
Coin.
Enough.
Finally.
So yeah, we got a decent amount of gold that time. Can deflect those.
What do we have here?
Oh, the owl pendant ranked up. So this is something that I actually forgot. So every keepsake we get starts off at, you know, 1-star quality, and I guess the more enemies we kill while wearing it, the higher it, you know, it kind of levels up all the way up to 3 stars. So now, instead of plus 10% chance to be rare or better, it's 15%, which is nice.
Who doesn't love this stuff?
Okay, Poseidon or Artemis? Or, well, I guess you haven't seen either of them yet, but I know their names. Let's go Poseidon. The special effect from him might be good. But yeah, this is a mini boss room.
Tombstone. Just great. Giant evil crystal then.
Alright. So because this was a mini boss, this boon is going to be higher quality.
It's Uncle Number 2. It's got to be. Then, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Ahoy there, little Hades. You recognize your uncle, do you not? We've a lot of catching up to do, but first things first. You get yourself out of that dour underworld. As for me, I'll see if I can stir things up a bit to cover your advance.
Ooh, okay. So this is the first time we actually see this. Sometimes you're going to be offered to swap an existing boon for a different boon of the same, you know, slot. So for example, this is the basic attack slot, but in exchange, it gets upgraded in terms of quality. So instead of the epic Divine Strike, this would be heroic Tempest Strike. And I think this could be fun. Instead of deflect, it might be fun to, you know, poke. Oh, I should say the special effect from, you know, kind of like the theme that a lot of boons from Poseidon go around is knockback. And as you've seen in the previous episode, when you knock enemies into walls or you know, or into pillars that collapse on them, that deals extra damage to them. So this is actually pretty nice. And especially considering the other two options just have to do with, extra treasure, which I'm not too particularly interested in at the moment. I just want to be able to like beat the first run, or rather beat a run for the first time. I think I'm gonna take the swap. Gonna be fun.
I'm sure Lady Athena won't mind.
Let's see what it says here.
Damned lost souls with nowhere left to turn congregate in deepest Tartarus, where they fuse together with the earth itself into odious forms which defy description.
They basically turn into big crystals.
Yeah, seawalls land damage. Also, now I'm starting to regret not picking up one of the Daedalus upgrades that had to do with the basic attack. But hindsight is 2020. Let's see what this is. I mean, I know what it is, but let's show you what this is.
Your Highness. Hey, Prince Ed. Must look like I'm slacking off with the old boulder here, but I was just getting back on my feet. The Fury Sisters don't often leave me be. Where'd they go, anyway? And, what are you doing here?
Oh, just out on a little stroll is all. Do me a favor, though. You see the Fury Sisters, let them know I was headed down the way I came from, will you?
Oh, I'll let them know, all right. I hear you loud and clear, Your Highness. I'll just go about my business now, and you take care.
One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Let's take... So we have an option here. We can take some healing, which we really don't need because we're pretty topped up. Darkness, which is going to be great for long term for upgrades. And then just money, which is short term for this run. I think I'll go for darkness. Especially considering the amount that it gives, which is 50. It's gonna be really nice.
You can do it.
Okay.
Charon's shop.
We get a pre-boss shop. Let's see what we can do. Since we have nectar, let's give one to Charon here.
Charon, you've been such a reassuring sight, I thought I'd offer you a token of my gratitude. Wait, you don't have to give me something in return. It was a gift. Though, you're insisting, aren't you? I don't know what to say, mate.
So we get new keepsake, bow and hourglass.
Fine day to you as well there, mate. Now let's have a look at your supply, shall we?
Do I want to buy a Dionysus spoon? So I'm still, in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking, what would I want to fill the special slot? And I'm not sure that I would want to give it, a poison effect. I think I'll save my money on that one. And perhaps just get the HP.
I can use this. We meet again.
You really volunteered into a pact of punishment. You can't back out of it now. You're even more of a fool than I already thought.
Maybe I just like a challenge, ever thought of that? Besides, what do you even care which pacts I sign or don't?
You're right. I don't care. You want to be punished? Then come on. Hold it right there.
No effect.
I did it.
I will admit that didn't go as well as I'd hoped.
This holds some sort of power, but for what?
I was pretty confident at first.
What I wouldn't give for, say, a healing flask of some sort.
Well, I was pretty confident at first, and I was trying to kind of like just play around her moveset. But then, you know, I feel like I started taking her moves, some of her moves for granted. But, oh well. So we get some HP back.
Let's keep going.
Definitely not going to sell this, although this is a good opportunity to show just how much, you know, money high quality boons can sell for. Like this heroic one can sell for like 350, which is amazing. But we're not going to do that. Okay, let's see what those are. Eye of Lamia, passive. Slain foes have a 15% chance to drop healing items for 3 encounters. Nemesis Crest, you deal plus 50% damage, striking foes from behind for 6 encounters. Or Stygian Shard, passive. Traps deal plus 500% damage to your foes. So I'm not interested in any of those. In general, unless, you know, a specific situation calls for it, I don't particularly like to buy any of those temporary upgrades. I'd rather save money for permanent ones. Oh, there's an event here.
The path from Tartarus is finally laid bare. Far above, the heat from Phlegethon, the river of flame, is faintly felt already, even as its dangers lie in wait.
Okay, I think this is better. Sorry about
Lovely. Up we go. Thank you. Asphodel. Inferno bombers! That must be one of those infernal troves.
I'll address that in a moment. It's also nice that we can push them into lava with the knockback. They take damage from that. See, there we go. That's pretty fun.
A gift.
Okay, so the Infernal Trove. Every now and then, since we bought that upgrade with the gemstones, chests like this are going to show up, you know, throughout battle rooms. And when you take them, you know, you don't get anything right away. You have to fight a challenge. Like, some enemies are going to be summoned and you have to fight them. And the faster you beat it, the more you're going to get up to this initial offering. So for example, if I do it really fast, I might get like 60 or 50 out of this, which is still really good. Whereas if I take forever, I think the you know, there's a floor that it can't go below, but it's, you know, not very great. So the idea is try to finish this as quickly as possible, and let's see if we can do that. I think we are. Wait.
Consider this a warning.
I think we're going to be able to do it because we have, you know, well, maybe not, because it deals such low damage. I should probably just attack regularly.
You kill me, I kill you.
Incompetence.
There we are.
Yeah, so as you can see, it took us a pretty long time. I overestimated, you know, my ability to kill those enemies quickly with the special, because I still don't have a boon on it yet, so it's dealing very minimal damage. And
All mine.
I can't remember what my HP was before this, but maybe we gained a little bit back. Let's get some more darkness.
Wave makers.
kill.
its power.
Ooh, I do want more Poseidon. And I don't have a lot of money, so definitely not the shop.
Bone rakers.
Gotta be careful when there's two of these around. Two or more.
Crashing waves. A trident. Hear me on my authority.
Bloodshot. Your cast damages foes in an area and knocks them away. Not particularly interesting at the moment. Ocean's Bounty. Any gems, darkness, and gold chambers rewards are worth more. And Hydraulic Might. Your attack and special are stronger for the first 10 seconds in an encounter. Initial damage bonus is 50%, which is pretty good. But I didn't find any boon that I was hoping to get. And, you know, during bosses, this is not going to be very helpful at all. It's going to be, you know, very marginally useful. So I think for the long term of the playthrough, I'll go with Ocean's Bounty just so I can get a bit more, you know, materials. Now, you know, going for Ares might be a good idea because then with the Doom status, I could spread it around very far across a lot of enemies with a special. So I think that'll be nice. But of course, we need to be careful because we're going into a difficult room.
Why, it's the Barge of Death.
So this is just essentially a very claustrophobic room. So as you can see, those blue stone enemies, they grant other enemies shields, which make them impervious for a short amount of time. So you're probably going to want to deal with those first. That was a lot longer than I'd hoped.
Did you happen to know, my kin, that you have slain more than 100 foes since you began your quest? You have, for I am keeping count, and I am most impressed.
Man, not getting any special boons. That's pretty sad. Your dash creates a blade drift. No thanks. Urge to kill, epic version. Your attack special and cast deal more damage. This might be fine. And Battle Rage. After slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals more damage. This could be really good for chains. Like for chain attacks with a special, assuming we do get a special boon. But, again, not going to be too helpful for bosses, which is my biggest concern, I think. Oh, sorry. Knocked on the table by accident. Or desk, I should say. Urge to kill, I think, is the right call here. And, you know, we could sell it in a pinch if we're low on money.
burn flingers. Over there. The key to a weapon.
So, you might have noticed during that fight, and this might be obvious to some of you, but I'll say it just in case. You might have noticed that in that fight, I dashed through enemy projectiles. And this is because the dash, on top of allowing you to, relocate pretty quickly, it also gives you very brief moments, like, just split seconds of complete invincibility. So you can essentially just dodge right through enemy projectiles, or even enemies themselves while they attack, if you time them well enough. I think I'd rather get HP than an upgrade or money. So let's do that.
Course is set. Skull crushers.
Oh, okay. Didn't notice them at first. One thing I really don't like about the Poseidon attack, the attack boon, is that unless, when the enemies are not up against a wall, it knocks them away a lot more easily, which makes it difficult to follow up with more attacks. But I hope as the run goes on, I'm going to find more Poseidon boons that make the trade-off worth it.
Vitality.
Upgrade or shop. Let's go shop. We have enough money to buy something nice. Zeus. Well, a Zeus special could be pretty good, as we saw in the previous episode. If, you're going to be hitting a lot of different enemies with the same special attack, could be good. So let's get that.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I see the people of the underworld has found the means to reach you with my blessing, nephew. Such strange alliances we forge these days.
Yeah, Thunder Flourish is what I want, for sure. So now, each enemy that the Flourish hits is going to take another 30 damage on top.
Is my hair sticking up?
And I think I'll take this heal, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so the reward for this boss, if we manage to beat it, which, by the way, first time getting to it on this playthrough, is going to be a diamond. What do we do with diamonds? Well, you'll see soon. But for now, there's an event here.
Having traversed the flaming river Phlegethon to gain this vantage point, relentless Zagreus must now confront a foe of unimaginable savagery who lies ahead, awaiting patiently its time to strike.
Way to spoil the surprise, old man.
Let's see what it is.
Hello? Oh, great.
There.
heads.
Alright, so since last time I learned to, you know, not to speak too much during the fight because I'm gonna mute myself anyway for the sake of the music. But yeah, as you've seen, this fight requires a lot of, you know, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically the ability to do multiple things at once. The word for that escapes me at the moment. But
should fetch me something good back home.
yeah, basically a lot of coordination across lots of different stuff. But we got through. We get a small heal. See if we want to sell anything. See, I'm really tempted to just sell this, just so we can buy more interesting stuff later on. I think let's do it.
Won't be needing that.
It's a decent amount of coin. I have Lemia, we know. Trove Tracker. Passive. Ensure an infernal trove will spawn ahead where possible. No thanks. And Cyclops Jerky. Passive. Your attack deals plus 30% damage for 6 encounters. Tempting, but I'm not gonna take it. Let's move on.
Onward then.
Check.
The fields of Elysium.
The rare heavenly splendors of Elysium, reserved for only the most great of mortal souls, spread forth luxuriantly all about the fire-stepping prince.
Luxuriantly? Really?
Let's get more HP. So this is the second biome that I mentioned, where the game is going to offer us another Hammer of Daedalus relatively soon. So let's hope for a good one.
Bright swords.
Now the enemies in this biome can be pretty annoying if you don't know how to deal with them. I mean, they're pretty annoying to deal with sometimes, even if you do know, but depending on the combinations of enemies within one room.
That eyeball, is that him?
Yeah, this is a particularly annoying enemy. If you don't deal with, like right now, actually I'm gonna stop attacking for a moment so you can see. So they shoot butterflies, right? And those butterflies keep tracking you. Across the room, that is, and there's a lot of them. So if you don't get rid of this enemy relatively quickly, you're going to get overwhelmed. And my boon setup here is really bad at the moment. Like, I'm barely dealing any damage.
Rearming.
And I'm not playing very carefully.
Feeling tough.
Okay, yeah, I definitely want... Oh no, but now I already have this special. So this is not going to be very helpful.
Strongbows.
And also, you might have noticed that when you kill those enemies, they spawn little eyes. What happens if you don't kill those eyes fast enough? They rearm. Yeah, they rearm into the original enemies. So you really gotta pay attention to that too. Battle Rage. We've seen all of these already. Or I guess this one is new. Slicing Shot. Your cast sends a rift blade hurling ahead. This, you know, since we don't have anything better on the cast at the moment, I think this would be nice. Let's try it.
Keep fighting.
More keys or a shop. Currently, I care a little bit more about trying to beat this run. So let's go for a shot. More Ares. I don't think I want that. Definitely want to heal. Definitely want to get a random upgrade. So when it's just a small slice of Omgrant like this, it doesn't let you choose any, at all. It just upgrades one of your boons randomly. Let's see what it gives us.
Boosted a boon.
Better Tempest Strike. That's pretty good. More like upgraded Ares or upgrade. I think I want to upgrade the Tempest. Sorry, not the Tempest. The Thunder Flourish. So let's go with that.
Long spears.
Should be looking for as many opportunities as possible to pin enemies against the wall.
Oh, good.
And hopefully as many as possible at once. Okay, this enemy that's approaching us now is really annoying. They're gonna keep chasing you all around, and unless you dash through them or cause them to, crash against the wall, they're not gonna stop.
Who else? The gods.
There we go. So definitely want this. Yes, thanks. I want as much Poseidon as possible at the moment.
The Bull of Minos.
You come from the bowels of hell. This is not your place.
Agreed on both counts. Just passing through, so if you'll excuse me.
I will not. The champion of Elysium would never back down from such a contest. Neither will I.
Wait, you're not the champion of Elysium? You're the Bull of Minos. I can't imagine who's even stronger than you. Is it Heracles? Tell me it's Heracles.
I will not. You talk too much, short one. Come get destroyed. Fight me.
Didn't manage to dodge that in time. That's okay. We'll get him next time.
Oh, that bull hits rather hard.
What? Oh! Ha, wow, I can't believe you took on the Minotaur. No way! No wonder you're back here. Everyone knows that he's unstoppable, especially me. Hey, next you run into him, could you get his autograph for me?
No.
You'll get the hang of it out there, lad. For all our sparring practice, there's no teacher like the real thing. Now then, I have something for you.
What, wait, you're giving me your codex? I can't accept something like this.
Please, I insist. I want your love of history to grow, not just your love of warfare. Besides, maybe you can finish out the rest of it.
I'm grateful.
Codex received. Press C to open. Okay. So this allows us to read a little bit more about any individual or enemy or place or object or lots of other stuff that we meet. I'm probably not going to go through all of these and read them, in the videos because that would take a lot of time. But something nice about this is that the more, you kill an enemy or, the more you find of a certain item or the more you use an item, the more information you get about them through the codex. So there's a lot to fill here, but that's fine. See if there's anything else. What do we have here?
Olympus knows of him, bestowing on him all their worthless blessings here within my realm. Our realm. Explain to me how exactly this is possible, Nix. Either your limitless power has considerably waned, or you are up to something.
Do not question my power, Hades. Your son was bound to be discovered the closer he came to the surface. The Olympians are pleased to know they have a distant relative and bid him welcome to their mountain. That is all. Their influence is very limited.
Blood and darkness. Do not speak to me about their influence. I've seen their influence firsthand. You've made a foolish mistake.
You would speak to me of foolish mistakes. You cannot change the course that has been set. Try all you like.
Nix.
You know, you're gonna have fights in relationships like that at some point anyway. See what we can get. Oh, you know what?
Something from the Fates.
We didn't even get any gemstones that time, so no upgrades here. That's fine. Oh, and there's Megara.
So, Zagreus, how's it going with that pact of punishment you signed? You've made some meaningful improvements to the underworld.
I'll fight my way out of this place or earn it. The pact is nothing to me other than a way to keep things lively.
You are delusional. I'll never understand you or your father. Anyway, if you're looking for more punishment, you know where to find me.
I do indeed.
Gonna see you a lot. So we have a lot of darkness. Let's see what we can buy with it. We don't have enough keys to open more talents, but that's fine. For 30 darkness, I think buying 1 Death Defiance is a really worthwhile deal. But the second one is going to cost a lot more, so we'll get there sometime else. With the rest, I think I'll go for Chthonic Vitality, because think about all the times, you know, every single room you clear, you get health back. And we've cleared, what, like a couple dozen rooms that run? So we would have gotten quite a decent amount of healing from that if we upgrade this all the way. And I think, so the first one is 10 darkness, second one is 20, and the last one is 40, which is like for 70 darkness, getting 3 HP per every room you clear is a fantastic deal, in my opinion. And then we can buy Shadow Presence, which gives us 10% extra damage, at least now. It's going to get better when we attack and use special, when we attack enemies from behind, essentially.
Phew, felt that.
So definitely going to survive a lot further on the next run.
Once in a while, pal, you're gonna see a real fancy bozo try to ruin your good time. You'll know him because he's glowing like a light. But that's his special armor, see? You gotta punch right through it. He's gonna shrug you off until you do.
For a good time, beware the fancy glowing bozos on my quest. Check.
So that's the armored enemies.
The courtyard of the House of Hades is kept neat and orderly, in contrast to the terrifying sprawl that lies beyond.
It's not that orderly, really.
So we have enough keys to unlock the shield, but I'm curious to see something real quick.
Coronach hungers.
Okay, so we can't use Titan Blood to upgrade weapons yet. That's fine. Let's do a shield run.
Let's see what's in here.
So, on top of that, now we also have...
Excellent.
Okay. Now we have different keepsakes to start from. And because I don't want to keep, you know, starting everyone with Athena boons, I think let's, just for variety and also for the sake of upgrading this keepsake, let's start with that. It's not going to be very useful, especially considering I don't buy a lot of, you know, mini items from shops that last for certain amounts of encounters, but maybe it'll incentivize me to do so on this run. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see how the shield weapon works. So, press left click to bash. Seems like an attack that we can spam very quickly. Hold to defend. And it says release to bull rush.
Whoa, yeah!
So yeah, and as you can see, it says that we deal, you know, wall damage when we smash an enemy into a wall. Special is throw, kind of like similarly to the spear. You have a long range option too. And if you dash while attacking, a quick slash like that. Which actually, okay, it deals the same amount of damage as a regular strike.
Whoops.
That's okay, Scully's gonna come back. There we go.
Bet I got you pretty good.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm ready. Oh, it's her. That must be a mess. Let's see here. Hi there. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Why, hello there, little godling. I have to say, you're quite the specimen, and so I've decided I shall aid you for the moment. You interested?
I actually really like her voice actress. I think her voice is really unique. So, Aphrodite, her boons are all about weakening enemies with a weak status. What it does, for at least 4 seconds, victims deal at least 30% less damage. And it says at least on both accounts because you can upgrade that over time. Also, I think among all the different options for, attack and special, hers is the one that gives the highest bonus percentage. So I don't remember what the percentage was for for the previous ones, but 50% for a low level boon, for the base level boon, I think is the highest possible. So that's a good option. Cross shot. Your cast is a wide, short range blast that inflicts weak. Might take that. And the third option is passion dash. Your dash deals damage where you end up, inflicting weak. I think this is going to be a fun option to go with, especially because with a shield and trying to get in as many hits and dash strikes as possible, I'm going to be dashing a lot. Although, might be better to just get, stronger attack. Let's go with the attack for now.
Interested? In the
Also,
power to break hearts? Sure, I don't see why not.
Yeah. Also, you might have noticed that, depending on the different types of boon you get, there are special effects for the attacks. So now we have little hearts with our shield attack. It's kind of funny. Oh, as you can see, as we kill more enemies, our codex gets updated with info about them. Let's see what this says.
Each time the prince delves back into the underworld, its ever-shifting chambers realign to frustrate his attempts to perhaps map it out.
Built to ensure no one gets out. We'll see about that.
Yeah. Oh, and we get another boon from Aphrodite right away, so that's going to be nice. But I was about to say, it's pretty funny to use a shield as a melee weapon, kind of swipe it across an enemy. Lacerate an enemy with it. So I think similarly to what I tried to do last time with a spear, I think I'm just going to try to slam enemies into walls as much as possible.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, Passion Dash. This time it's rare. Empty inside. Your weak effects have a longer duration, as mentioned earlier. We can upgrade it. Wave of Despair. After you take damage foes around you and inflict weak. Not a fan of this one, unless I'm going for, a specific combination of boons that benefits from it. So this is tempting. And I don't think, I have any particular reason to take, this dash when I mean, it is going to add more damage to my routine of dash attack. And since I'm going to be attacking enemies very often, getting extra weak duration might not be so great. So yeah, let's go Passion Dash. Worst case scenario, because it's rare, gonna be able to, sell it for a bit more money if we need it. So yeah, as you can see with the dash and the attack, both being upgraded by Aphrodite, we deal quite a lot of damage just flying around with a shield.
I can use this to unlock a weapon.
Let's get Nectar, because I want to unlock as many keepsakes as possible, very early on.
Bottle of nectar. Looks like a good batch.
Poseidon? Nah, let's get an upgrade. Oh, we get
Must
it for
be the
free.
fountain chamber I commissioned back at home. Delicious.
Yeah, let's go Heartbreak Strike.
Powered up. To my health, although I'm full.
No money, so let's go Darkness. Barely reached. So as you can see, the special, without any boons on it or upgrades, it does very, very minimal damage. So I'm not going to be using it very often, at least at the moment.
On my authority.
Ooh, okay. I'm definitely gonna spend some coin to get more darkness, upgrade stuff earlier in the metagame. We don't need healing, and Ignited Ichor. Gain 20% movement speed for 12 encounters. Now, usually this is not, you know, the amount of encounters you get from it. I think it's, well, it's gotta be 6, right? Because the Bone Hourglass, or rather it's usually 8, because the Bone Hourglass gives us +4 for encounters. I'm not interested in that. And Dionysus.
Come on, Tombstone.
You're free, tortured souls trapped in a crystal thing.
Since we have Nectar, let's give one to Dionysus to unlock his keepsake.
Lord Dionysus, it's been great getting to know you, so please accept this humble offering.
Now that is something, a right princely gift there, Zack. And just so happens, I got something here I have been meaning to give you.
Thank you, Dionysus, mate.
Overflowing Cup. So, the keepsakes that we get from, you know, the specific gods that give us boons are all going to be the same. Essentially what they do is they allow you to kind of manipulate when you get their boons, as in the next time you get a boon, it's going to be from them, and also slightly upgrades their rarity.
Now how's my favorite underworld god surviving? Zag, you're holding up or what? Right better momentarily, I bet.
Drunken Flourish. Your special inflicts hangover. It could be nice. Trippy Shot. This might be good for long range. Sorry, I'm getting hiccups. This might be good for long range, you know, area of effect. And finally, After Party, at Epic version. If your life is low after encounters, restore to the threshold, which is 38%. So this is actually really nice. If we're struggling to get by near the end of the game, this is going to help keep us alive moving from room to room. And I think I do want that, so I'm gonna take it. And if we do especially well and don't need it, then near the end we can sell it. I need to remember that armored enemies don't get phased by attacks until their armor is stripped. Daedalus, which we can skip and get later, or Artemis. Do I want Artemis? Maybe not at the moment. Let's see what we can get from the hammer.
Pests. Let's deal some death. Back to dust. Time to mix up my style.
Sudden Rush. Your Bull Rush, which, remember, again, it's like when you hold the shield up and, block all attacks, it charges an attack, which you can then just charge at enemies and deal a lot of damage. So that's an interesting option. Empowering Flight. After your special hits, your next 2 attacks deal plus 80% damage. So what I could do is take this and weave special throws into my attack chain of like dashing and attacking. And finally, Minotaur Rush. Your Bull Rush gains a Power Rush that deals plus 500% damage. And what Power Rush means is similarly to how the bow has this like little flash where, if you let go at the right time, you deal extra damage. The Bull Rush gets a similar mechanic, which deals a lot more damage. And I think this is going to be really good for bosses, especially, when they have attacks that I'd rather just block than dodge. As well as, it's going to give us an opportunity to show off the Bull Rush attack and defending more, rather than just charging like that. So we'll see how that works. Money or upgrade? Let's get an upgrade. So yeah.
Surprise.
This is how it works. You charge up, you let go at the right time, you deal a lot of damage. And as you can see, you can block attacks infinitely like that, as long as you aim it in the right direction, which is really fun. It's also a very nice way to kind of like traverse the room safely. If you do it correctly, of course.
A palm of power. Good enough to eat.
So remember, attack also applies to the Bull Rush because it's part of the left click rather than the special. So plus 15%, plus 14% more. I think we're going to go with that. Especially now that we're going to dash a lot less. I think this is far better. I should say, by the way, so the more you upgrade, I'm going to pause so to not let the timer run. The more you upgrade a specific boon with palms, the more, diminished their returns are. So there are possibly some niche cases where it's a good idea to pump as many palms into a single boon, especially if your run really revolves around it. But otherwise, if you just want to maximize numbers across all your boons, it's a good idea to spread the palms around strategically.
Let's see.
Centaur Soul. Gain 25 max HP. That's a good option. Gaia's Treasure. Gain 10 gemstones, which is going to be good for long-term upgrades, so I'm definitely going to get that.
Coin goes in, that comes out.
And since we're going to be defending a lot of the run, I see myself not taking as much damage as usual, so I'd rather save money for offensive upgrades rather than getting more HP. And we get another encounter with Sisyphus. So more darkness, essentially. But let's see this event first.
Within the depths of Tartarus reside the most wretched of all the shades who linger for eternity within the underworld, whose lord and master is especially unkind to those attempting to cheat death.
Lots of wretchedness to go around, I guess.
Ahoy there.
Hello.
You know, Prince Ed, I'd not expected to run into you again, not after all this time. Something amiss down in the house, or what? Not had much company of late, is all.
Well, something's just about always amiss back home, sir. Figured it couldn't hurt to check up on things in Tartarus a bit more frequently.
Well, I am grateful for it. I and the old boulder there, in turn. I'm used to going lengthy stretches on my own, but having visitors from time to time would do me well.
Alright, definitely get darkness to upgrade our runs.
A fine selection there.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for stopping by.
What else?
HP. It's good. Well, this is a shame. So, like, we got to the pre-boss shop, but we're not gonna have enough money for a boon upgrade. Yeah, I wish I could buy that, Zeus, but oh well. So this is an interesting choice. Get more HP or get darkness. I think I'm gonna go for darkness.
Should help keep me going.
It's gonna allow us to save more for later, too.
Hey, Carol. If there happens to be something really horrible awaiting me beyond that door, then give me a sign, won't you? Great. Hello, Meg.
Ever stubborn, aren't you? Maybe my whip might make you reconsider whatever it is that you're attempting here.
Your whip's not been all that persuasive in the past.
Maybe persistence will pay off for both of us. Come then.
But now we can essentially just defend against her attacks. Well, I say as I take damage, but that's fine.
You.
So yeah, as you can see, the Minotaur Rush upgrade did a lot of work there. This is the power of some of the, Daedalus upgrades.
Found you.
But yeah, admittedly, again, took a lot of quite embarrassing damage. That's fine.
You wouldn't dare.
Let's think about this.
Don't want to sell anything here. Oh, and this is new. Prometheus Stone. Gain +1 charge for your cast. So, meaning I can use more than one at a time. But again, because I don't have any, meta upgrades on the cast yet, I haven't unlocked those yet, I barely ever use the cast anyway at the moment, so this is not going to be very useful. Though I will pay 24 coins for a little bit of a heal. Let's go.
Going up. Done.
Since we're already over an hour in this video at the moment, I think what I'm going to do is when I die this run, I'll just end the video right away, and then the next video we'll go over some of the house upgrades and the dialogues after it.
Within the suffocating heat of Asphodel reside the vast majority of those who lived upon the earth and died. There they persist until the end of time.
Or until I crush their bones to dust.
Edge boy. So yeah, this is definitely the way to go. Just Minotaur rush into enemies. And defend yourself in the process.
Who's next?
Quickly jump away from the lava. Ooh, okay, so this is new. One of the gods we haven't met yet is Hermes. Let's see what we can get from him.
All aboard.
I guess I gotta be extra careful with my charges where I end up. stop jumping around so much.
Gust of air. This mark, almost like a bat wing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hey, boss. Found you. Good. Hermes, at your service. Pleasure. You are the talk of Olympus. Normally I wouldn't get mixed up, but for you, I'll be making an exception. Now, come on. We've both got places to be.
I really like him. I think he's one of my favorite characters in the game. So, what's unique about Hermes is that, unlike the other gods, the boons that you get from him don't add any like special effects. You don't have like a unique variation of, you know, attack, cast, and special, but rather you get just general upgrades, which usually have to do with making things faster. So for example, greater haste, 20% extra move speed, hyper sprint. After you dash, briefly become sturdy and move 100% faster for half a second. And sturdy means you take 30% less damage. Your actions cannot be interrupted by taking damage. And thirdly, the third option is quick reload. Foes drop the cast stone stuck in them faster. 5 seconds rather than 10 seconds. Again, we're not using casts too much at the moment, so it's between these two. And none of these are actually too useful to me because we're not dashing too much. We're using the Minotaur Rush a lot more. But I think ultimately Hyper Sprint would be more useful.
Appreciate the lift, Lord Hermes, sir. Now let's go.
So this is what the Hyper Sprint looks like. We have like a little light bubble around us, and we move a little bit faster, you know, after the dash. Keys are darkness. Let's go darkness. Dashed in the wrong direction there. My bad.
Show me, Charon.
This is new. Hydrolite. Passive. Restore 8% when you enter a chamber for 7 chambers. We're not that low on HP at the moment, so I don't feel the urge. So let's just go. Oh, there's a trove here. And I think because I can kill enemies relatively quickly, with a shield bash. Let's do this. We might be able to heal back to full.
Whatever, let's try it.
Thief!
Line up as many enemies as possible. Oh, there's lots of brimstones here, so I probably shouldn't stay in one place for too long.
Out.
Who is going to clean all of this up?
So the damage that we took, during that fight is actually meaningless because now we heal back to full.
Mine now.
So that's really nice. So shop or mini boss Artemis. Let's go Artemis, just to introduce her this episode. Oh, and it's the Barge of Death. Actually,
time for another voyage aboard the Barge of Death.
With the shield upgrade that we have, this might be a lot easier than last time.
Only one heavenly archer I know of. Well, several, really. Anyway, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
heard about you. Look, I'm not like all the others on Olympus. The power of the hunt helps keep me company, so maybe it'll help you too.
Sure. And by the way, I really like her design, if only save for the fact that you know, she wears fur on her clothes. That's a bit of a shame. But anyway, she's also one of my favorites in the game. Okay, Deadly Flourish. Your special is stronger with 20% chance to deal critical damage. I think among all the different gods, the flat, or rather the percentage bonus to damage that you get is the lowest. But of course, that's, you know, offset by the fact that you have a, you know, critical damage chance. And critical damage deals plus 200% damage or greater, depending on the upgrades you have. So essentially, you could say that, you know, 20% chance times 200% extra damage, it's like an additional plus 40% damage, right? Because 10% of 200 is 20, so 20% would be plus 40 damage. 40%, I should say. But I'm not using the you know, special, so not a great idea. True Shot. Your cast seeks foes with 10% chance to be critical damage. Not very interesting. And pressure points. Any damage you deal, or rather rare pressure points, any damage you deal has a chance to be critical. So 3%. Essentially what this means is that we're getting, I don't know, like, so like 1% of 200 is 2. We're essentially getting like a 6% damage upgrade on average, which is not bad.
The hunt sounds like good company to keep.
And another Hermes spoon. So yeah, the hyper sprint is super useful for relocating, you know, after a charge. If you accidentally, you know, get yourself in danger, you can get out of the way very consistently with it. Like that.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, quick recovery. After taking damage, quickly dash to recover some of the HP you lost, 30%. That's pretty cool, especially if you know, if you get hit by, you know, massive hits, you can recover a lot of them back. Flurry Cast. Hold cast to fire in rapid succession. Again, no thanks, not using cast very much. And Rush Delivery. You deal bonus damage based on any bonus move speed. So the only reason we're given this option at the moment is because we have another boon that grants us bonus speed, which is Hyper Sprint. However, it's only useful right after a sprint, so like in the 0.5 seconds after it. Which I guess is good for, you know, those chain attacks that we do when we don't do the Minotaur Rush. So I think it's between these two. And yeah, I think let's, because we're not taking too much damage because we're playing rather defensively, and now we also have the Chthonic Healing, which means like 3 HP back at the end of every room. I think let's just go for extra offense. So Rush Delivery.
That's goat speed, all right.
2 keys or Darkness. Let's just go safe. Let's go Darkness. And we're back at full HP already. So you might have noticed there that I dealt some critical damage, denoted by an exclamation mark and a larger number, because of pressure points.
You want to go?
also, I actually just really enjoy Hyper Sprint as it is. Because moving fast is fun.
Purge boons for coin.
I think I am gonna get rid of pressure points here because, I mean, should I? It's a 6% damage upgrade. Yeah, let's sell it so we can buy, better boons later. Alm versus shop. Let's go shop. Ares? What can we get? You know what? Getting Ares special on the shield might be nice.
Pleasure doing business.
I knew that foul boatman would come through, and you would find amongst his wares this gift.
Yeah, there it is. Curse of Pain. So anytime the special hits an enemy, they're going to have a little red sword on top of their head, which after a second, deals the doom damage to them. So just weaving, the special attack in every now and then between attacks is going to be very useful. Battle Rage, after slaying a foe, your next attack, we don't want that, we know it, and we know this one, and we don't want it. We'll go for this. That's what I was hoping for anyway. And 50 coins for a key.
I'll take this one.
For meta progression, I'll definitely take it. Do I want to spend 100 on an upgrade? Probably upgrade the Doom, or the Dash. Yeah, let's do it.
Power of Olympus.
Although 10% extra damage for the regular attack is very interesting. Let's think about this. So like every successful bull rush we deal 250 damage. 10% extra would be like 25 damage. This would deal 40 damage extra for every doom. So let's go with that. Alright, and this time the Hydra fight should be a lot easier. Gotta mute myself now.
Get back in the magma and no one gets hurt. Any more heads you'd like chopped off? No?
Okay, so a couple notes about that fight. Actually, probably could have done a better job for a couple of reasons. First of all, I forgot to use, the defense option and the bull rush option when I probably should have used it. Second of all, only slightly into the fight, a minute into the fight, I remembered to start using the the special to get Doom. Speaking of which, you might have noticed that the final hit that killed the boss was actually the Doom hitting it. But yeah, could have gone better.
It's beautiful.
Hindsight is 2020. I have no money. Do I want to sell anything here? So I'm conflicted on whether to sell this one. 150 is nothing to scoff at, could be very useful, and we haven't been triggering the effect of it I think at all this run, but we might approach the point where it's starting to be relevant. So I think just to be safe, I'm gonna keep it.
Take me up. Courtesy of the Pact. Elysium.
The enshrouded river of forgetfulness, Lethe, flows through the hallowed chambers of Elysium, numbing old pains and memories of the most noble shades residing there.
I'll have to give them new pains to recall.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to get the hammer here.
Ready for me? No problem.
Okay. Pulverizing Blow. Your attack hits twice, but does not knock foes away. Could be nice. Although I don't think this applies to the Bull Rush. I think it's only the regular attack. Dashing Flight. During your dash, your special is faster and deals plus 200% damage. And I don't think this plus 200% applies to the Doom that would be inflicted from it. And Explosive Return. Your special deals 50 damage to foes around you when you catch it. Not that enticing, I would say. So if anything, I'm curious to take Pulverizing Blow, for the most part just out of curiosity to see if it works with Bull Rush. But even if it doesn't, double damage for the regular attack is a good addition for the basic combo. We'll see.
Daedalus power.
HP or Dionysus? Can I think of anything that I would want from Dionysus here? Maybe the cast. Yeah, the cast would be nice to get. The trippy fog. Okay, yeah, so the Bull Rush doesn't hit twice. That's fine. But yeah, as you can see now, the basic attack deals a lot of damage.
More coming then. Army. Hello there, Dionysus.
So that's Trippy Shot. Strong Drink. Using a fountain restores 75% HP. I'm not gonna repeat my mistake from the Stardew Valley playthrough. I'm gonna pay extra attention to numbers and making sure I'm reading them right. Using a fountain restores 75% HP and gives you bonus damage. Bonus damage per fountain plus 3%. We're only going to be seeing 2 fountains for the rest of this run. So the healing might be nice, and the plus 6% bonus by the final boss will be nice. But do I want... I think, especially for the purpose of, you know, getting as many keepsakes as possible early, I'm gonna go with the premium vintage.
The perfect gift.
And you know, 25 extra HP is really good too.
Let's see here.
Don't think I need this healing, and I don't think I want any... I guess this is new, Braid of Atlas. Or is it? No, I think I read this one already. Let's see what the trove offers. 100 coins. Should be good.
How bad could it be?
All right, wretches, get to work. Idiots.
Well, that's better.
49. Not as much as I hoped to get. I thought it would go faster, but better than nothing. And I guess, since I lost some HP, I might as well buy the life essence here. By the way, these statues here with the shields and the spears, technically they're traps. So while the room is active and enemies are present, if you get close to them, they just kind of like hit you, but they can also hit enemies if you push them into them. Dionysus or Artemis? Let's go Dionysus. Again, Trippy Shot would be a nice thing to get here.
We meet again, Short One, for further battle.
Short One? That's a low blow, sir. I thought you were the big honorable type.
You mock my sense of honor. Common tactic. Now prepare. Though your technique pales in comparison to that of the champion of Elysium, I expect you'll soon see for yourself.
I beat the Bull of Minos. There we go.
So, a couple thoughts there. I thought that, and I guess it shows, my rust in this game, that, with a shield, I would be able to to block all of these attacks pretty easily. However, you might have noticed that his swings kind of like have an arch to them, right? Or an arc to them, I should say. And technically, the hitbox of the swing can hit around the shield, right? And I think that's what happened. That's why I took so much damage when I expected not to. But of course, there were also some attacks where I was just negligent and didn't dodge very well. So yeah, gotta be a lot more careful. You might have also noticed that when our HP hit 0, Death Defiance, the one that we bought between runs, popped off, and we got back to 50% HP. And then by the end of the fight, thanks to what is it called? Thanks to After Party, we healed back to 38%. Hopefully we can make this run go a bit longer, maybe even get to the final boss, but it's okay if it doesn't.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Your attack inflicts hangover, no thanks. Notice how this doesn't even give you any extra damage for the regular attack. Because the hangover damage is supposed to do a lot of damage over time, but not very useful for me. So here's Trippy Shot, as I was hoping for. But there's also positive outlook, which is you take less damage while at 40% or below. Damage resistance 15%. So this is actually a pretty nice combination with After Party because you can take more hits while you're below that health threshold, and you heal back up to it at the end of the room. Might be nice, but I think just for the sake of having a more powerful, and I just realized I haven't been using the curse at all, Curse of Pain. I should think about that more. But yeah, let's take Trippy Shot. And more Dionysus. So maybe we'll get positive outlook after all.
Splitters.
Okay, what happened there? I think I got it. Okay, I'll explain it, and then I think we'll end the episode here. Shorter than I expected, but that's okay.
Just have to try again.
So what happened there is a combination of a few elements. Those witches, the enemies that we just fought, in their version in Elysium, they shoot large shots, which then, once you try to destroy them or they hit a wall or anything else, they split into a lot of different shots. Now, regularly, in the base game, or rather in the normal mode of the game in terms of difficulty, if you take damage, you have a brief, window of I guess, invincibility, so you don't take, tons of damage from other sources. However, since we are, I don't think I'm going to be able to show this, but since we are playing on Hell mode, which introduced the, I think it's called Personal Liability or something like that, the extra difficulty in the Pact of Punishment, what it does is it gets rid of that window of invincibility once you get hit. So essentially, you could technically get hit by a million sources of damage if, there is such a thing, right? But you can be hit by as many sources of damage simultaneously, which means that now those big shots that the witches shoot in Elysium, or rather the spreaders as he calls them, are actually extremely dangerous grenades if you don't pay attention to them. They could delete your life, in a snap, just what happened now. So, lesson learned. This is something that is completely new to me because I haven't played on Hell mode in my previous playthrough. And yeah, I'll take that into consideration next time we fight spreaders like that. And I'm sure, you know, as time goes on and we fight more, you know, different types of enemies, we'll run into more situations like that where, you know, they could theoretically delete your life in an instant with attacks like that. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll go through the house, you know, see events like that, talk to people, and like get upgrades next time, because the video is already like, you know, already over an hour and a half, which is a bit, I would say a bit over what I expected, but that's okay. So thank you for watching. Any feedback, feel free to leave in the comments. And, you know, as we have started ending the videos with recently, stay mindful, eat fruit, and don't multiply. Peace.